Let's welcome our first storyteller of the second half. Huge round of applause so he comes up to a nice stage. Bryan Berlin, everybody. Can I make this perfect for you? Can you come in nice?
When I was in high school, I was really scared of parties. And for the most part, this was okay, because I had this group of friends, and on a Friday night, we would just like hang out in one of our basements and like eat pizza and watch movies and play video games, and it was great. And then like senior year came along, and my friends, they started hanging out with the cool kids and going to parties on the weekends. And I was in a really tough place because I wanted to hang out with my friends, but I didn't want to be near these parties. And as a result, I saw my friends a lot less my senior year of high school. And it was a tough year. And prom was coming up at the end of the year. And there was a tradition in my town where a group of kids would, after prom, go on a 3-day weekend up to Vermont from New Jersey and just like party for the weekend in these houses they rented. And all of my friends were going up and they wanted me to come. And I was really conflicted because I knew that this was going to be the last time I saw a lot of these kids, maybe ever, but until we went to college. And I knew that in college partying was going to be a thing that I was going to have to deal with. And I decided I'd leave the decision up to my parents. And I asked them and they said yes almost immediately. And I think they knew that I was lame and this would be a good thing for me. And so before I could even think about it, the next thing I know, I'm on a bus up to Vermont. And we get there, and there's like 3 houses that they've rented out on this little dead-end street. And there's like the football players and all of their friends, and the lacrosse players and all of their friends, and then like the leftovers. And that's where I am. And it's great because they're like my people, I know that if I'm going to like succeed in this party environment, this is the house that I'm going to do it in. And the first night, there's a themed dress-up night, and the theme is dress to get laid. And I'm just like very overwhelmed because like I'm not even thinking about getting laid in life, and I know that's like not a big deal because it's just a theme, but then like I go and I see what people are dressed as, and like all the girls are just like wearing lingerie, and like the guys are basically just in their underwear, and I feel very uncomfortable. And I decide that like my interpretation of dress to get laid is I put on a flannel shirt and I like button it halfway down, and I put on a pair of shorts, and I'm like a sexy lumberjack, and nobody's really buying it, and I'm just like not having a good time. I'm just overwhelmed by everything happening around me. And one of my friends, she's had a lot to drink, and I could tell she's not doing okay, and I'm like, are you okay? Do you need help? And I essentially just like go and help her, knowing that this is going to be my way of avoiding the party for the night. So I take care of her, I make sure she gets to bed and she's okay, and I get to sleep, and I wake up the next morning, and there's still 2 days left, and I failed the first night. But I wake up, and I'm ready to go. I'm like, this is going to be the day. I'm going to get into it. And we start in the afternoon with a power hour where you like drink a beer every minute for an hour, and like I don't really drink a lot, and I'm like, I'll do this. It'll be great. And what I thought maybe I'd get drunk and then like have fun, and I ended up just getting very tired and taking a nap. And I was like, I'll take a nap and I'll be great and get up and everything will be perfect. And I slept for like 3 or 4 hours. And I wake up and everyone at the house is drunk. And I just don't know what to do because I am just out of my element at this point. And I'm like looking around trying to find somebody to connect to. And like 2 of my friends, they're having like a physical argument who are dating. And I ended up like mediating this fight with them for an hour. And then like I go downstairs, and 2 of my other friends are physically fighting each other, and I have to break them up, and they're both like a lot bigger than me, and I break that up, and then like I smell like a burning coming from the kitchen, and I go over, and somebody's burning grilled cheese, and I have to like pull them away, and he's all upset because he doesn't have his grilled cheese, so then I'm like, I'll make you a grilled cheese, and the next thing I know, I've made grilled cheese for the entire house, and it's at that point that I realized that I was like the house mom. And I try to go to bed, but 2 people are having sex in my bed, so I have to go to sleep on the couch. And I wake up the next morning and I still have a day left. And I don't know how I'm going to make it. And I find out that one of my friends, her mom has to pick her up early because they need to get back for a family event. And I find her and I'm like, can I come back with you? And she's like, yeah, there's one spot in my car, but my mom's going to be here in 5 minutes, and we have to be gone in 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll come. And I grab all my stuff, and I don't even think I said goodbye to anybody, and I just got in the car and drove away. And I realized that I'm not a party person, and it's okay that I'm not the party person, and I'm fine being the house mom. And, you know, the next year, the seniors of the next class did the same thing we did because there was a tradition in the town, and one of the parents from the town called up to Vermont to tell the police that this was happening because it's really irresponsible. And so the police were waiting for the kids as they got up on these charter buses, took all the alcohol and sent them right back to New Jersey. So like, even though I only lasted 2 days, I still lasted longer than all of them. Thank you.